Hello everybody, this is Astocky here and welcome back to my Let's Play world of Better Than Wolves. Since the last episode, Better Than Wolves has updated twice, I think. It's now up to 4.56 or something along those lines. And something that has been added now is called Hardcore Movement. And basically what it's supposed to do is it's supposed to speed you up if you run on like that, versus if you run on a hard surface. So hard surface, not so hard surface, dirt is a bit softer, sand as well I think, so it's supposed to vary your movement speed depending on what you're running in, and basically it's to encourage you to build paths around to kind of get you moving on the paths. I've also started a little bit of something over here. I've added my saw on the end here because I was pretty much using both of my grinders constantly on the netherrack. Made quite a lot more of that stuff, so that I now have 7 extra bars, but I still need to go to the nether and get some more blaze rods before I can use that. But I thought, I mean, the next machine really doesn't depend solely on being able to do things really fast, so 2 is going to be plenty to start with. But what I am going to need to do, and I made in preparation lots of gears and sidings and mouldings and corners. So again, you put planks on the store and you get sidings, you put them and you get 2 mouldings, you put them, you get 2 corners, you put them, you get 2 gears. So the first thing I'm going to need to make is a belt, because the item that I'm going to need to make is called a bellows. And it's made with 3 pieces of tan leather, a belt, 2 gears and some sidings. So it's a pretty complicated machine that actually needs quite a lot. So I'm going to need 3 of those, 3 pieces of poop. So I'm going to throw the poop in there. Now before you can actually use the leather to make tanned leather, you actually need to scour the leather. And that's, I guess technically that's the process where you kind of scrub all of the, well I guess everything you want except for the nice backing of the leather off the leather. So I'm going to take that out, put that in there, throw this in here. Don't have very much netherrack left actually, but now we click that, you should hear everything start up. I'll watch the rain closely. So it's doing its thing. Oh wow, we've got lots in there. We've got lots in there too. Ah, see that bit of leather that just popped out there, and that kind of yellowish leather? That is the scoured leather, so I'm going to need 3 pieces of that for what I intend to make. So I'm going to watch the heavens, make sure there's no rain. I'm hoping I'll be able to see rain. What are we doing? 2 pieces. Come on, pop out. 3rd piece. Whack that off. Like I said, don't want that to run for any longer than it has to. And I'm not going to make the mistake of throwing that into my system while I'm not watching it. So I'm going to put this in here for now as a reminder to use it later. And now I've worked out that I'm going to need at least 2 gearboxes, potentially a 3rd for this to work. So I'm going to make those as well. But first of all, let's take our scoured leather and throw it in with our poop. Should rename that to poop. And it will create our tanned leather. And once we have the 3 pieces of that, we'll be good to go. For now, let's make gearboxes, because I know I'm going to need a couple of those. So I'm going to need 4 sidings, 4 gears, and some redstone. Because I'm going to need at least 3, so I'm going to make 4. I'm going to make a second crafting table as well, because I'm constantly getting stuck with not enough crafting tables. So there's 4 gearboxes. I'm also going to make some more rope, because I'm sure I'm going to need more axles. And basically the idea of what I'm doing here is I want to get myself in a situation where I don't have to be reliant for all of my power on that windmill. So here we have 3 tan leather. I believe it's 3 sidings and a gear. No, it's 2 gears and that belt that I made. There we go, we have a bellows. Now basically the way a bellows works And I want to get this set up so that I can do it correctly. Is basically you drive mechanical power into it. And see how it's open at the moment? You basically, once the mechanical power starts up, drive some mechanical power in, and it compresses the bellows and kind of puffs, and then it goes out, and then it just stops because it's already puffed. So what you need to do now is then turn off the mechanical power, and when the power stops, it reinflates, and then again turn it back on, and then it'll squeeze it back down. The problem is doing that manually like I just did then is not how this system is designed to work. For that you need another machine. So I'm going to make that now, and then hopefully I can put the two of them together and show you what it is that I'm trying to do here. Hopefully. I'm also going to make a separate building beside my windmill to house this, because it's going to look really ugly when it first gets started. Now the machine that I need is called a turntable. So I need 3 wood sidings and some smooth stone. Sure, I had some smooth stone. Again, I got plenty of redstone, so that's not going to be an issue. So, right, redstone. Nope, I've forgotten. Okay. Gear. Redstone. Now, I guess part of what makes this a next tier machine is the fact that you can only use sidings for it. You can't actually use planks. Now, this particular machine, you can see it has little notches on the side of it, and basically any block that's placed on top of it will begin to rotate as long as the block has mechanical power. So this is where kinda hoping I can get this all laid out the way that I want it to be, but I'm not convinced. So basically what I want to do is have a turntable here. No, see, that's not going to work. Because what I'm going to need to do is have the turntable at the same height for the gearbox for the bellows. Now these take mechanical power from the bottom, so if I'll start by putting another axle here, then I'll put my gearbox here, then if I put my axle here and then put the turntable on it, silly spider. Whoa. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna need to come back with more torch. No, let's just start with dirt, and let's just fill the gap in for now. Turns out he didn't like my wall very much. I thought I was far enough away that he wasn't going to get me. But again, turns out I did something wrong. Let's just fix this for now. So where's that torch go? It's like 1, 2, 8! Not cool. Let's just stick that there for now. That should help. Totally not cool. Shooting me in the back when I'm not looking. Okay, now basically what should happen now is when I provide power, that should make whatever block is on top of it start to rotate. And the way we will do that is I'll put a torch. What have I got left? 3 gearboxes. If I put a torch there and provide power as a demonstration, what should happen So once it gets power, you can see there that it starts rotating around. And now basically I just need to put the gearbox that provides power for the bellows just here right next to it, and that will make sure that it's providing that kind of oomph that it needs to really work. So we want a spare block there, gearbox there. And then we want to come back this way, and again we want gearbox. I can hear a skeleton behind me and it's making me nervous. It's a bit of a complicated looking system I have here. But that gearbox should provide power to here, which powers the turntable. Hey, stop it, cut it out. Ah, come on guys, seriously, I'm trying to make a video. Like I said, gonna encase this whole thing in a building because these guys are really bugging me. But what should happen now, I'll break that redstone. You should see power come to here, come up, come there, come across, and now that provided power, which squeezed it. Okay, it's going too fast. See, it's not actually kind of going in and out like it should be. Maybe you have to make it rotate slower. Okay, it seems that that torch isn't powering that system the way that I was hoping it would. So that means I'm going to need to rethink my design just a tad. Probably could even simplify it a little bit. The downside is I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to simplify it. Start by moving all these things. Okay, so let's do it with one axle less. Okay, so same again, block, torch on one side. Now this time what we want to do is we want to put a block there and a block there. I'm going to need more redstone for this. Hopefully this will work. Again, you guys are seeing this for the first time, because I'll be honest, I really have no clue what I'm doing. This is the first time I've ever done this, so I thought I would do it on camera just for your own amusement. Okay, come on. And like I said, going to be enclosed in a building, going to make this all look nice and neat eventually. But for now anyway, going for form. Over function. So what should happen, and I hope will happen, is this will turn to here, which will straighten that up and aim it into this, and then it should power it. Ah, wrong button. Darn it. Okay, so that's the idea. So slow it down a bit. So we can see it compressed. Didn't quite have enough time to extend back up. Okay, so let's try this. Okay, so there, we've cut power, so it should go up. Perfect. Power's been reapplied, it goes back down. Cut power. It goes up. Okay, so we could now have this. This could be a working system. I may need to add a second torch on the other side to kind of speed up the pace at which it does things. But for now anyway, the area directly in front of this bellows should be that. Perfect. So now basically what it does is it pumps that area with the power of wind, and any hibachi that's in that area that has the power of wind becomes like super ignited. So we now place our cauldron just there. Like I said, going to be a building encasing this whole thing, but for now anyway, you see, they light up, and that is now a regular cauldron. We want a stoked cauldron though, something that burns with some real fury. So we apply power, and what should happen is these should now get stoked. The bellow, once the bellow starts puffing, look at that blue flame. Now I believe this is now hot enough to do the cool recipes. Not sure. I think if you place any kind of meat product in a stoked cauldron, gotta make sure the fire. No, see the fire's going out, which means it's not quite stoked enough. So when it goes around one more, I'm gonna double torch it. That should hopefully give it the intensity it needs to keep on. Now, clearly steak is not working, so let's try something else. Oh, my pumpkins have grown. Get in there. Bad cow. Could just be leather that works, but we will test this out. It could also be that while I have stoked them, I haven't stoked enough of them, so it could be that I need more than just 2 of the fires underneath it. Okay, so let's put our leather in there. Ah, it's cooking. Excellent. Now this won't cook with it just stoked regularly. It needs to be that extra hot blue flame for this to work. And now what this will do is this will render down the cow's leather into glue. Now I'm just don't want to get too far ahead of myself just yet, so I'm going to have a look at my little cheat list here that says alchemy. I need to process netherrack into concentrated hellfire, build a hibachi and bellows. The next level, I need to master the use of stoked fire, collect clay to make pottery, render animal byproducts into other forms, start using water wheels as an alternative for powering your mechanical devices, and build a turntable. So, I've done pretty much all of the steps of the fire mastery tier. So I am now officially an awesome fire master. I do though need a way to make this just a little bit safer. So we're going to come out one. And what we're going to do is we're going to build this up again high enough that it's kind of safe for me to be around. This should be the way to do it. Going to leave a viewing window for my bellows just there. And let's go down one more. Again, want to keep all the fire contained. Just want to leave a little window there so I can make sure that everything's working. And I have my way to hop up here. Beautiful. So, glue. What do I want glue for? Well, this is where things start to get really cool. Because with glue, you can start to make screw pumps, barrels, halves or hefts, composite bows, and then you can start to make oh yeah, these are just showing all the different things that you need to be able to make glue, or you can make glue with. So pretty much anything that's got leather in it can be used to make glue. But what I really want to make are these things, wooden blades. So they take jungle wood sidings and a piece of glue, and you put 8 of them together and you get a water wheel, and basically then any flowing water source, like I've created quite simply over here, any flowing water source will now become a source of mechanical power, and I can leave my windmill off so it doesn't keep breaking on me. I guess that is my ultimate goal, and it's really, I guess the ultimate goal of this tier is to no longer be reliant on a source of power that blows itself up every time you have a thunderstorm. So beautiful. Like I said, I'm going to encase this whole thing in a building. So there's going to be a wall, more than likely, that's going to come up here. And then I might even make yeah, I might even make this the outside wall. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, so that's 2. Okay, so that's how high I would want to build it. This is not a building for looking. This is a building for being functional and for me to not fall in my cooking pot. Darn it, one piece of cobble short. This is such a waste. But I hate being one short. So yeah, you get the idea of now that wall is going to get to here and then come out a bit and then come along, and it's basically going to attach to the side of this windmill. I'll redesign the side a little bit, but I want a way that I can get access to, in fact, there's no point having this saw here now. I previously just had it there because that was the convenient source of mechanical power that I had, but now I'm clearly better than that, so beautiful and saw. Excellent. So yeah, I'm now clearly better than that, and if I run my wall along here, I can run it along, join it up to the edge there, have a doorway that goes in there, probably have a doorway that comes in here. What a beautiful looking... No, beautiful is not the word that I should be using for that setup. But the important thing is, I have now effectively moved on to the next tier. And so, while we eat some steak and watch the sun go down, let's see what the next tier is. The next tier is pottery. To get into it, I need to have built a turntable. You're looking at the turntable right there. Primary goals of this tier: learn how to use the pottery system and create a crucible to be used in making steel. Okay. Experiment with other forms of pottery such as the vase and the planter. Requirement: create a crucible. So that is most definitely something that I will get to later, and unfortunately for me, I believe it also means I need to replicate this whole setup here. So run back in, run, turn it off. See, I could totally have done that. There's just something wrong with having my burning, miracle of fire in the rain. So at least now it's not in the rain. It's not brilliant, but it's not in the rain. So yeah, I'm gonna call this an end of the video and say thank you very much for watching. Like I said, I'm gonna really clean this up, and then I'm gonna try, and once I've got it cleaned up a bit, do some things a little bit nicer. And I don't think I'll progress onto pottery just yet in the episode. I want to get myself a chicken farm, and I want to get myself a few other things before I really do that. So hope you guys have enjoyed watching this episode. Yeah, stay tuned for the next one. Astocky out.